What's up, guys? It's Saber from the neighborhood coming back at you with a CWL recap for the day. And I think we can say it. Let's say it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. CWL Champs 2 League inbound. Very proud of the team. Did a great job. And let's get right into recapping some of these triples. So we're going to start with number 4. Very first triple. Actually, excuse me, wrong war. We'll start on war number 1, and we'll start from the top and work our way down. So the first triple we have is going to be number 5, Reese against the Lone Ranger. Let's see what Reese did. So Reese is going to come in with the Yeti Smash. You've seen this a lot. He's using the Siege Barracks variation. Slight error there where he drops the healer instead of the baby dragon, but it does work out. The healer ends up walking back down to the queen, drops a Coco Luna tank for it, makes his way back to the queen, and protects her, gets her back up to full health. Gonna speed this one up for the sake of time because we do have a lot of triples to get through. So the first thing is just carries the day, taking care of business on those Teslas, jumps into the town hall with the queen, and drops all of the Yetis right there, so they're gonna walk into the town hall area as well. Drops a rage spell here any second to get through that sort of powerful defensive area, and the Warden ability takes them through the Giga Bomb. They move through, continuing to jump through the base, and you're going to see the Hogs come back out. He uses a haste spell on the Hogs with a heal spell to help get them through that back-end Inferno, and he's dropping the Royal Champ as well to get deep into that Inferno compartment. The Yetis are going to walk into the single, take care of business, and at this point you can start to see that this base is really in trouble, and all of a sudden it's just gone. The Yetis just absolutely blitz through everything, and there you have it. This is going to be 3 for Reese. And that was the first triple of our CWL, and it only got better from here as we basically went 7 for 7 and took the entire field down. So speed this up to 4 times so we can see the rest of this, and then we'll get into the next one. Never get sick of seeing that Champs 2 logo. But on to the next attack, we have Rosemary L, me, versus the Janitor. And this is going to be a Yeti Smash attack. When I was planning this attack, we were originally going to do a Queen Charge Dragons, but we changed our mind at the last second and ended up using this as a 3-star to clinch the CWL victory in this first round. This first matchup was the hardest matchup, and winning this one basically ensured us a victory. Slight mishap here early on, where this was supposed to be a Warden walk, and the Warden's healers switched onto the P.E.K.K.A., causing a little bit of havoc. Had to pop an early Warden ability, which almost cost me. But Yetis are just so strong right now that it really doesn't matter. So here you see it. The Siege Barracks sort of creates the edge funnel. You drop all the Yetis, and you basically just spam everything into the core and hope for the best. You drop a couple rage spells, and it's just overkill. It doesn't necessarily take a lot of skill to do this, which is a little bit disappointing for those of us that like to take the game a little bit more seriously, but it does give a lot of attackers the ability to triple, which isn't a bad thing. Slight error there where I dropped the first jump spell deeper than I meant to, so I had to drop 2 jump spells back to back, which is a little bit wasteful. Could have gotten a lot deeper into the base than I otherwise would have, you know. But anyway, taking care of business, continue to rage our way through. You're going to see Hogs come in from the top with the Royal Champ, and they're going to work their way through a couple of these top-end defenses. Going to speed it up a little bit here, but this is another Yeti Smash attack, and we basically Yeti Smash our way through the base. Nothing interesting here. You've seen this a dozen times by this point. All the top YouTubers are showing this. It's a really easy attack strategy. It's a really powerful attack strategy. The nerf is coming. Everyone knows it. So we'll watch the rest of this one, and then we'll get on to the next one, which, surprise, surprise, probably more Yetis, although David did do a couple of hog attacks, so we'll see. And on to our next attack. Takes it all the way down to number 11. Featured this in my other video. It was actually a hog raid, this one. There was a video specifically on this base about how to hog raid. This is a beautiful hog raid. You're going to see the funnel go down with the king and the P.E.K.K.A. As I outlined in the video, he chooses this angle rather than the other angle that we talked about in that hog video. If you want to check that one out, I'll link it in this in the comments or the description at this point somewhere. But basically, he uses a queen charge behind the ram, uses 3 ice golems. Let me speed up the time because we've seen this attack before, but it's still a beautiful attack, something to be admired. The ice golems freeze a lot of the defenses as they die. Rages his queen on into the core, uses a jump spell to get deeper, takes out a whole bunch of defenses, has a perfect arc pathway for the Hogs, and it's GG. Uses that freeze spell like we talked about. If you want to know or see a bigger, deeper, in-depth raid on this one, check it out. I did a video specifically on this exact raid. And I apologize if I'm kind of stuttering all over my words a little bit today, guys. I am jet lagged right now. I'm running on about 1 hour of sleep, so please forgive me. But we got to get the CWL update up because this is such a momentous achievement for the squad. On to the next one. We got to go all the way down to number 13. And here we have Big Al, Kick Fritz, whatever you want to call him. He does the thing. Another Yeti Smash. Going to put it on 4 times. But What Al does that's, maybe a little bit different than some other guys is he always starts it with the Warden Walk. He gets a ton of value for his Warden Walks, usually gets an Inferno Tower. He sets his funnels really well. Do look at this, right? I mean, although this Yeti attack is kind of spam, look at how perfectly set this funnel is. There are nowhere for those Yetis to go but in, and that's the key part. If you set the funnel properly, it's GG, and that's all you have to do. So he sets the funnel, uses the Warden ability to make sure he gets deeper in there, and then just rages his way on through, and at that point it's just smacked. He's going to use a back-end champ to walk around the edge. There's too many troops left to cover. And that's it. Again, 3 stars. The Yetis are really strong. The nerf is coming. We have established this, but still, big triple at the time. We won this war, and these guys came in second. So this was the war that ultimately decided the entire CWL matchup. Next raid, we got David again. David and Al really both had great CWLs this time, and we're going to look at another hog raid here. We didn't feature this one in a hog video because David thought it was too sloppy, but I think it was still a pretty good attack. The champ ends up carrying him a little bit here towards the end, but nonetheless, watch the Queen Charge. Queen Charge going in, using the P.E.K.K.A. and the King to funnel, and she's going to hide behind that Wrecker, which has Ice Golems in it, I do believe. King's going to funnel the side, P.E.K.K.A. the other side, and just one of the things that you're going to notice with all of these high-level triples, the funnels for these attacks are really, really strong. And look at that, Hogs to knock out that Archer Tower. That is second-level funneling, forcing the Queen to go exactly where he wants it to go. That's high-level stuff, guys. So anyway, he's going to continue to rage his way through this one. I'm going to speed it up just a bit and take care of the CC. He poisons, takes care of the Hound after it pops. Look how much value that King got on the edge as well. I mean, really cleared out the entire business there. Gonna jump deeper into the base. Going a little bit awry here because he wanted to get the Eagle, but has to shoot through a whole bunch of sweepers and such first. And so because of that, he starts the Hogs a little bit early, and they end up taking some Eagle shots, which is one of the reasons why at the end, as I mentioned, the champ does have to carry the day. Doesn't get quite as much value as he wanted to, but the Queen ends up saving him a little bit here. This could have been a 1-star in theory, but the Queen ends up locking onto that Town Hall, using the Earthquake spell and the free spell, and taking care of business. And she goes down right after that because of the Giant Bomb. So it could have been a lot closer than it was, but with the Royal Champ ability at level 17, that's a level 3 Royal Champ ability. There's not much to be done, and this is a triple. And for the final triple of war number 1, we're going to see Danger. And Danger started out really hot. I believe he went 3 for 3 and then he cooled off a little bit. But again, we have a Yeti Smash, this variation with the Stone Slammer. You can do it a bunch of different ways. It's really strong right now. Funnel, send him in, get it done. That's basically it. I'm going to put this on 4 times. But again, look at Danger. He sets up a beautiful funnel here. He's going to come with the Yetis from the top and just double jump his way through. The King sort of sets the funnel as well. The only thing that he made a little bit of a mistake here is he didn't mean to send the Slammer in immediately. It was supposed to kind of be a back-end thing, but he thought he had a Siege Barracks, so a little bit of a problem there. But again, testament to the Yeti strategy. He made a mistake. I made a mistake in my other attack with the Yetis as well, and they still triple. Like, you can really mess this up pretty good and still find a way to 3-star because this troop is overpowered right now. So if you got any sense, use this troop. It's easy. It's, you might not necessarily be the most strategical, the most high-end way to do it, but if you're trying to win, a win is a win. It doesn't really matter how you get it. Within fairness, obviously, you don't want to cheat and such, but that's a really good strategy, and take advantage of it while it still lasts. So that's a wrap on War 1. We pulled off a 36-32 victory. They had a no-show, so in theory it could have been 36-35, but this was a really close war down to the wire. We ended up closing it out with 2 triples down the stretch, got ourselves the dub. Let's look at war number 2. So in war number 2, not quite the showing that we were expecting. And I mean that in a good way, because not every day do you put up 38 on 15 Town Hall 13s. A lot of low-end triples, but again, we'll start from the bottom and we'll walk down. Mr. Automatic, Reese himself, starting with the triple on this guy, 0-0-0. And you're going to see it again. What to expect? Yetis. This is kind of a common base layout, so if you're worried about how to beat it, this is a good way to do it. I'm going to put it up to 2 times at least, and I'll probably bring it up to 4. But you're going to see these 3 offset Infernos, and so you want to funnel one side, go through the Town Hall, and then deal with the Infernos on the back end using a jump spell. That's basically the meta that's been working for us, and so I suggest, if you think that might work for you, give it a shot. I'm just going to use the Siege Barracks to funnel one end and the Queen the other, and then basically run all of these Yetis kind of up the gut of the space, using that little alleyway down the center as a channel to his advantage. So here comes the main attack group. They rage through, and as they rage through and freeze, The Hog Riders come out of the Siege Barracks, clearing the edge. His Royal Champ is going to go down soon behind them, I imagine. And then he continues to just basically fight his way through the base. Actually, he sent the Royal Champ with the main group, excuse me. But look how much value those Hogs got on the edge. And the troops have now basically turned on the outside. And typically with the old P.E.K.K.A. smash raids, when you had deep-seated Infernos like this, that usually spelled the end of it. But all of the troops turn around because he did such a great job funneling and head back into the Inferno towers and take care of business, which is really, testament to his funneling. The key with this attack, as always, funnel, funnel, funnel. You set up a funnel on any kind of smash attack, and you will get the 3-star 95% of the time, in my opinion, because right now the smash attacks are just so strong. So let's look at a couple other bases. I'm going to start skipping Yeti smash attacks just because we've seen them so many times. So here we are, Big Al again. We see Yeti smash. I'm going to say not today, unless it's a really good base. Next one, we have number 9. David's using Hogs, I believe, so we'll watch this one. This is not super interesting because there's a single target Inferno, and so when you see a single target Inferno, be thinking Hogs, be thinking Laloon, those kind of things. Although Laloon is a little bit trickier at Town Hall 13 right now because of the scatter shots and the Royal Champion. It's sort of like now there's 5 Inferno towers and 2 queens, which makes it really difficult to do Lalo unless you have a great queen charge. But again, look at David coming in here. Great funnel with his King and P.E.K.K.A. He's using basically 25 to 30 space and getting an incredible funnel for his queen charges. And that's a really high value thing, and that's something that makes a difference in the long run. It lets you bring more cleanup, lets you maybe bring a little bit more oomph for the hog portion of the raid. Interesting choice here as well. He chooses to bring dragons out of his wall wrecker. One of the reasons for that is because they help with the CC, they do a little bit of damage, and also they have a little bit of tankiness to them. So they churn out a little bit more DPS than an Ice Golem, but they do have a little bit of health as well, so that's kind of a cool thing. Uses a nice free spell to get through the queen and the scatter shot. And again, he's just basically going to walk that queen deeper into the base. She's going to turn and hit the archer tower and then turn towards the World Champ. He got both heroes, and at this point, you can just safely walk the Hogs all the way around. There's not enough DPS around to kind of harm them. He has 2 heal spells and a Warden ability left and a Rage spell. Rage spell's going to end up going down on the Hogs potentially, but he could use it on the queen if he thinks that she can get more value. He ends up using it on the Hogs, works his way through. He still has a Royal Champ that's at pretty decent health, and he's a queen that's walking at full ability basically and full health, and so that ends up being the one to carry the day because that queen ends up standing. The Warden picks up that deep-seated expo, and that's one of the things, right? You keep the queen up. Another thing, maybe things don't bounce your way, you end up swagging a heal spell in a raid where you lose all your Hogs. Things just work out if you funnel sometimes, right? I mean, that's really all you got to do. So really good attack by David. A little sketchy at the end there, but it did work out. So our next raid here, we have 4 at the bottom. We have Shady, we have Chains, we have myself, Danger, and Frenchie. I want to show this attack by Shady Titan. It's really nice E-Drag raid, I do recall. A little tight at the end here, but you're seeing a lot more E-Drags, and Shady's gotten pretty good at Queen Charge Dragon variations, and so let's talk about this one a little bit. I won't speed it up at all, really. So first he's going to start with the funnel, and what Shady starts to do lately is he's using kind of his king and a couple of wizards to funnel, and he's actually going to jump his queen deep into these bases. In this case, he wall breakers the first layer, which is great because not a lot of DPS there, so why not? And he's going to jump really deep into this base, and in this case, it's an easy queen walk base, so it gives you options, but it's especially compact, so that's why he's thinking E-Drags. It's one of those things that maybe I'll do a video on moving forward. Base recognition, it's so important, guys. If you can notice that, base is compact, I can jump in and grab 2 air defenses, maybe an Inferno Tower and possibly the Eagle Artillery, using my Royal Champion to pick off a couple defenses on the edge. That's something where you got to be thinking, all right, E-Drags maybe Hogs, well, which one's better? In this case, the compactedness of this base is what led him to decide on E-Drags. He starts the funnel for the other side with his Electro Dragons, and now he's going to send them all in. He still has the queen up, so that's another nice thing because while those dragons are going, the queen is going to be adding additional DPS and, more importantly, additional distracted power for some of those important defenses like the scatter shot you see. Uses the ability a little bit early. I'm going to speed it up just a tad here. And he starts the Stone Slammer up high as well, and he's doing that basically to funnel the dragons back in, so that was a wise move. It wasn't necessarily planned to be at that spot, but in doing so, he sent his dragons back into the middle of the base, and that really helped end up winning this raid for him, basically, because you see the Slammer pops, takes kind of out all those edge defenses, and then his E-Drags are going to go back down towards the single target Inferno with a hair of health and clear things out, right? Queen almost gets it down, can't, and these loons end up saving the day. So there it is, the loons end up dying and clear it out, and you end up with 2 dragons left with low health, but they're more than enough to clear the day, and it all was because of that Stone Slammer. So let's see how this one clears out, and then we'll watch the next raid. So there we have the triple, and let's see what else we have. We have 2 chains. I believe this was a Yeti smash. Yes, this was a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat, I believe, or P.E.K.K.A. smash attack. I'm not going to do that one. Let's see, Rosemary L. This was another Yeti smash attack. We've seen too many of those. And Danger, I don't believe Danger was Yeti smash, but if it was, so Danger used a P.E.K.K.A. smash, but basically the same idea. Smash attack's really strong right now. And let's see what French used. I believe French used a smash as well. So maybe we'll look at Chains attack, and we'll kind of end off this recap. Yeah, so we'll look at Chains attack here, because Chains attack the highest base. So Chains, you get the last shout out of the recap of the first 2 wars here. But common internet base, kind of these Island Infernos, right? And when you see these Island Infernos, I typically think Hogs. But Chains kind of realizes that the smash attacks are so strong right now, and specifically on this base, the DPS is kind of spread out. Not a lot of heavy hitters in this area, and a lot of archer towers, which while they are point, they just don't do the same damage as like an Expo or the Warden Tower, those kind of things, right? Even double cannon will do more. And so what he basically does in this case is he walks the edge, he picks a point to break, he goes right for the Town Hall, and he just rages through the center. That's basically a smash attack, 101. And you're going to see here he's going to funnel the edge, right? He rages the queen back up to get her up to full health, uses his own king to funnel the edge, and then you're going to see the wall worker go down any second, and he's going to send in the rest of the troops behind. So he's kind of set his funnel now. It's pretty clear where things are going. Excuse me, not the wall worker, the siege barracks, and he's going to use that jump for the entry for his entire smash attack. But again, common theme with all these smash attacks, look at how great these funnels are set, guys. I mean, you're not going to smash with such success unless you set the funnel. I mean, I don't know how many times I can say it, but do it. It's really not crazy hard to set a good funnel. And if you do, it has great reward. You can use basically the same attack strategy on a lot of different bases if you can funnel it properly. I'm not necessarily advocating that because I like to see a little bit of variety in Clash of Clans, and I think the meta is a little bit out of balance right now with the power of the smash attacks. But they're hot right now, so, to each his own, I guess, right? Anyway, that's going to round it out for this recap. I'm going to do a second video of the recap for Wars 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 probably, and I might even have to split that up into 2 separate videos. But congratulations to my entire clan, the Neighborhood, for moving up to Champs 2 this time, guys. Really proud of everyone. We put in a lot of work for this, and hopefully next month in the next CWL League holds just as many rewards. This is Saber, signing off.